Welcome to another episode, and today we have Mr. Venugopal Maddhuri who's joined us today. He's a renowned architect who has a very impressive portfolio of projects across India and internationally. Originally from Visakhapatnam, but he likes to call Udaipur his Karm Bhumi, and he has contributed significantly to the architectural beauty of the city. He currently serves as the chairperson of Institute of Indian Interior Designers, IIID Udaipur chapter, which is a platform making efforts to improve and advance design projects of the city.
Designing Legends, where visionaries gather.
This episode is brought to you by Treasure by Palkasa, Rajasthan's first ever biggest imported furniture showroom in Udaipur. One-stop solution for your home furniture. And co-sponsored by DTI Home Automation, Annapolis Lighting. Unleash the power of mesmerizing architectural light. Biopolis.
Venuji, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Now, the world knows and Udaipur knows that you're a very well-established architect. Now, what was the idea behind getting IIID? और क्या विजन था और थोड़ा कुछ आप हमें IIID के बारे में बताइए.
IIID is a very wonderful platform actually.
Correct.
It is for all the interior designers and architects and who are designing in the designing field actually.
Correct.
Right. So like you have two bodies in Udaipur. One is IIA and the second one is IIID.
Correct.
IIA is basically for all the architects who are registered under COA. Right. So and IIID is not exactly like that. IIID is more convenient for a lot of designers. So there are a lot of people who are practicing big time, but they are not COA registered, right?
Okay.
So they are not tagged as architects. They are designers, right? For architecture, you have to have a COA degree.
Right.
To put the title as an architect, you have to have a COA degree. So what happened is like there are a lot of interior designers who are doing wonderful jobs in Udaipur, but somehow they are lagging with respect to a lot of other things. Like architects are in the limelight most of the time. I myself am an architect. So, but you know, there are a lot of other people, like a civil engineer is there to take the entire structure. There's an MEP consultant who's there.
Yes.
But generally architects become the leader, right? So, IIA we have it. It's a huge organization all over India.
Correct.
It's a very registered firm. But you know, when we used to go to meetings for any events or any dinner meetings or any official meetings, I used to feel that architects and designers are in two different groups actually, right?
Okay.
So,
We divide
and we all are friends behind, right? I can quote a lot of names who are doing wonderful things, but they are not directly architects. They have not done the degree, but they're doing wonderful jobs. So, IIID was created because of that reason.
Oh,
So, IIID all over India was created for all the designers who actually don't have they might be having an architecture degree. All the people who don't have an architectural degree, who has either an interior designing degree or a diploma architecture or interior designing degree, they can become a IIID member.
Okay.
Right? That's how IIID came into Udaipur. So that, you know, we all are at the end, we all are friends. So it looks nice to be on the same platform. So now we have two big platforms. So we, and both of them are working simultaneously together.
Oh, how lovely.
So now it gives a better feeling.
I'm sure.
Nobody is up and down. We all are equal. That's what it is.
Correct. So
everybody has a different education source, but still people are doing the same job. So that is the thing.
So it's a combination of architects, interior designers and traders.
And traders. I mean, the best part of IIID is in IIA you don't have the vendor thing in the thing. It's only specially for architects. It's a firm organization only for architects. But in IIID, the trade partners are there, the vendors. It's like 1:3 ratio is being followed. For every 100 members, you have to have the 33 members of trade members, right? So, trade partners generally are the person who educate us generally, because after college, there is no teacher for us, right? And every day in architecture or interior designing, a new material is coming.
Yes, sir.
So, you need to adapt to the new things. So, where do we get the knowledge?
Exactly.
So, these are the partners, these are the vendors who come to us on a daily basis. They actually, obviously they take business from us, but the undercurrent is they educate us.
It's a two-way thing.
They come to us, they educate about the product, and then we can select what is right, what is wrong. And then, you know, now we are seeing here in Manish showroom actually. So, when you see things, you believe it.
Absolutely.
When vendors are involved in anything, it becomes bigger because a bit of money flow is also there.
Absolutely.
So that becomes an advantage.
Okay. So sustainability is currently talked a lot about when it comes to architecture and interior designing. So how does IIID promote sustainability? And I'm sure uska wo part hoga hi sustainability.
See, I mean, हमारी education system में ही promotion है sustainability के लिए.
Okay.
Nothing like IIID or IIID is like promoting it. But people who
But
are,
do they enforce it?
it's not like enforcing, but obviously they'll be recognized.
They'll be recognized. Okay.
It's not like we don't enforce anything, but people we would love to. Udaipur is its location is in such a wonderful place. We get everything very easily. I mean, we have a lot of stone mines and marble
yes,
mines around.
correct.
So we are a marble city. Fine. And then a lot of handicrafts are there. A lot of art and culture is
Art,
there.
culture,
And a lot of
absolutely.
traditional architecture is there. All these are very sustainable, right? So somehow I feel, because my main office is in Udaipur, we do across the globe. But the Udaipur architectural pulse has a different essence altogether.
Yes.
Because whatever element I use it is generally a hit. Okay, so that thing is there. And all of them are very sustainable. You have Mulela architecture right now. So in and around Udaipur, you have a lot of things which you get easily. And sustainability is like, there's a difference between sustainable architecture and green architecture.
Yes.
Okay. Sustainability is like, you're using what you're getting it.
Yeah.
Right.
The carbon
So,
footprint reduces.
Exactly. You're getting Italian marble from somewhere else is not sustainable.
Yes.
Okay. You take a Kota stone or a Baswada stone, that is sustainable.
Correct.
So anyway, you're getting under the 250 kilometers range is sustainable. And getting a local labor, getting a local architect, all these are sustainable things basically.
So I think IIID and Udaipur.
Yes, we
and
don't enforce it,
sustainability
but we see that people follow.
are already, it's already
We recognize them.
happening.
There,
Right.
there are a lot of awards which are being a part of it now. So they get that consideration to it.
Correct, correct. So when it comes to IIID, does it also help, because जब हम architecture and interior designers or even construction people की बात करते हैं, I'm sure there are some ethical challenges that they face. So is IIID also helping on those lines where they are formulating some procedures, some rules, some regulations?
Yes, this is a very good question actually. See, ethics is everywhere.
Yes,
and in
correct.
any form of consultancy or business, whatever it is, ethics is always forms a very important part.
Correct.
But yes, IIID is a very ethical body, same as IIA.
Correct.
What happens is we have a regulatory body. Like there are ethics, if you really ask in design what is ethics, like I can have a soft corner towards somebody
Yes.
just because he's paying me money.
Paying more, just basic
Right? Or
favoritism.
he is like make me comfortable. So these things happen to a lot of big things, right? Big architects. I mean, but what happens is like we need to take who is good,
Yeah.
right? Needness of whether he's whatever thing is,
It's
if he is good with
merit-based.
his work on merit basis. So ethically, money is a good and a bad thing. It attracts people, right?
Yes.
So what happens is when you have a soft corner, you might loosen your quality of work at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, having soft corners is nothing wrong if he's
It's
the right
human
person.
nature, yeah.
But what happens is like you see good things, you take them. What IIID, what it does is, I mean, either any of the body is
These
like
organizations.
we have, like we all are connected. Luckily, what happens is, I mean, in IIID they are trade partners. Okay, the vendors are part of the organization. They have been identified that these are the right people.
Correct.
Okay, so we are showing the world that is the reason why they are in the part of this organization. Not everybody can become a part of it.
Correct.
Right? They need to have some basis for to come into this, and then after coming into it, they are being trusted.
Yes.
Their trust level improves. This with respect to vendors. And as far as designing things are concerned, people are coming to us. I mean, it's not me. Okay, I'm doing for a long time, but any fresh architect or a designer who comes, a new client who's coming to him will obviously have some trust factors.
Right.
Whether this guy will be able to carry it or not. So when the memberships actually improves this, he or she is an IA or a IIID member, So the client will know that okay, he's a
can be
part of a
trusted.
formidable association, so he might be good, and then he can get that recommendations.
Right.
And he is being noted because he's a part of it. When you're a part of a big organization, obviously it seems that you might be good.
Right,
That
right,
essence, that back thing is always there.
So, because you're the chairperson of IIID Udaipur, do you have a screening process? Like, are you in that process where you're screening your members who become a part of it?
Yeah, it is screened. Actually, not everybody can become a member. There are a lot of screening process.
I'm sure.
I mean, Anjali and Shika, they actually know much about it because they screen all the things. But IIID has a thorough process of not anybody can become a member.
Right.
But yes, they have to have a proper educational qualifications, and for the designers and for the vendors, they have to follow a process. Okay, they should not have any criminal activity. A lot of things are there. I mean, I'm not supposed to talk these sort of things, but they are being screened.
Yeah, but that's wonderful.
So,
you know,
if a client has a problem with a vendor, so otherwise quotes are there, but luckily they come to us also. They ask us, sir, whether this guy is good or not. So, because we all are connected, we are in a good part.
Correct.
Udaipur is a small city.
City,
It's hardly a 5-7 lakh population. But it's a rich city. What I say is like the taste of people of Udaipur is a bit more higher than what the other Indian
and I think spending
cities
and
are.
purchasing capacity is pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, because clients are very good. The people of Udaipur has a broader vision.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most undefeated city of
Oh yes, absolutely.
India. So
Mewar dynasty.
I consider myself as Udaipur, although I'm from Visakhapatnam. Now my half part of life is in Udaipur. So I consider myself as an
This is your
Udaipur
karm bhumi,
Mera
that's
karm
all.
bhumi hai. Right. So and people have a broader vision. That I'm sure of it. That's the reason why all the designers come out with a better things. And I should say this because a lot of our fraternity are doing wonders all around the world.
All around the globe, yeah.
I myself am doing projects
global
outside.
projects.
I'm not boasting myself, but I'll tell you why. Reason is a lot of younger generation actually should know it. I used to go for a lot of competition projects.
Yes.
So
And you have won also
being
quite
from
a few.
luckily we won one project that made into second, third. We were into a bigger league. So that exposure was given because of my Udaipur city.
Oh, yes.
Because Udaipur is considered as a princely city.
Yes.
So it has its own name, charm.
Absolutely.
So it was a palatial architecture project. They expected a guy from Udaipur will definitely do better. I got that extra advantage there. So being from this city, गर्व है.
Now, जब हम आर्किटेक्चर और इंटीरियर डिजाइनर्स की जर्नी के बारे में बात करते हैं, आई वांटेड टू नो दैट हाउ मच ऑफ मेंटरशिप की जरूरत पड़ती है, एंड डू यू बिलीव दैट इवन इन योर इंडस्ट्री मेंटरशिप विल हेल्प? एंड आई थिंक IIID भी एक एक्सटेंट तक
all these organizations are actually mentors
Correct.
only. Mentorship is obviously necessary
Right.
because
In
बिना
every
गुरु से
field.
कोई भी चीज में अपन ढंग से नहीं कर पाते हैं.
करेक्ट.
Not everybody is talented. बिना गुरु से आगे चले जाते हैं. But obviously your seniors, your teachers, they drive you.
Right.
And IIID and our senior fraternity is now a sort of mentorship giving to the younger generation. So obviously that's mentorship is very important. There's no doubt about it. Because without knowing what is right and wrong, you cannot go ahead.
Right.
So I myself always tell all the architects and designers, you need to be more financially stronger. Because I was never a part of it. I was not very financially strong in my younger age. Okay, so
Unlike now.
no, not exactly. But that getting that financial intelligence into your head is that we were not taught about it
Correct,
in the
yeah.
college, right? But when you really come out, I always tell them you need to be, although Rajasthan is full of business people, I am not in this place. I learned this trade a bit late. But I always tell the younger generation that you need to learn this technique of making money with your designs. It's not just, giving free design is always a bad thing because when you don't value
It's not
yourself,
valued enough.
when you don't value yourself,
Very
nobody
true.
will.
Absolutely.
So I always tell them, whatever it is, you need to show value of what you're working. You've got this degree or this level of thing from a lot of hard work. So don't throw it for a waste.
Right. So a lot of young architects and interior designers look up to you. So one message would be this, that, have a financial mindset. Any other message you want to send to these young budding architects and interior designers, especially now that you're the chairperson of IIID?
Be true to your profession. I always say that
Honest.
because you need to have passion towards the subject.
Right.
First thing is that, and secondly, you need to be true to what you're doing.
Correct.
You will obviously have weaknesses. Nobody's good in
perfect,
everything.
yeah.
But improve your strengths and shorten your weaknesses. I mean, you will have weaknesses.
Work on your weaknesses.
You have to work on your weaknesses, and this field is such a field because you're depending on a lot of other people. It's not just you.
Just you, absolutely.
Because when you design, there are almost like thousands of people are putting efforts to make that building happen. So obviously you're the leader. You cannot do anything wrong, but we do wrong things. Sometimes
To err is human.
a lot of other errors are there, and you know, you have to respect Mother Earth and the natural forces, because if you don't take them into consideration, you cannot win on any situation. Because although how planned you are, if rain comes, you have to stop the construction on that day. So there are some things I always say, always respect the nature. You have to have that that logic of hearing them. If you can understand that part, you'll do better. And then just be true to yourself, and you will do big time. I did that, and I'm happy. I don't consider I'm very successful, but I'm a very happy architect.
Yeah, exactly. And happiness is the new rich.
So I always say it. I mean, somebody in Jaipur asked me, "What type of architect are you? Are you a successful architect, or what do you rate yourself?" I said, I mean, you have big architects, successful architects, and happy architects. I'm the last one. So I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Right.
It's and then whatever you are is I always say it is because of team.
Oh, yes.
So team plays a very
an
important part in this fraternity, in this field basically. So as far as IIID is concerned, we have a wonderful team. The core team is so wonderful.
Right, you have.
मैं सच बोलूँ मैं बहुत कम काम करता हूँ इसमें IIID में, ठीक है. I enjoy the chairman position, but still the entire work is being done by Anjali Dubey is the secretary, and Shika takes care of the treasurer. She's the treasurer.
Wow.
They do 95% of the job. They make me happy in that way. I mean, they have the respect towards me, but still, we have a lot of other executive team. I mean, Ruchira is one of them. We have a lot of other people. They really work very hard.
Right.
And being such a small city, and IIID Udaipur stands in the entire Indian nation. I mean,
oh wow! How many members are there?
We are almost close to 100 members now.
Wow, that's a number, right?
Okay,
and it
so
was just launched this year.
Hardly 3 months, and we are the fastest growing chapter in India.
Okay.
So we are happy for that, and a lot of people are interested, and it's going well.
Yeah.
I feel this legacy will continue.
So with that legacy, now I wanted to know, what legacy do you want to leave for yourself as an architect, as the chairperson of IIID, and you know you're into so many
I'm
other
not that
things.
old actually.
No, of course you're not.
Leaving a legacy.
Then, isn't that a wonderful question? And at such a young age, I'm asking you what legacy you want to leave.
You made me young a little bit, but still, legacy. I mean, I have not thought such a long thing, but my simple funda of life is make your client happy.
Yeah.
My first short step is to make your client happy. If he has a smiling face after the project is done, then you have done your job.
Yeah.
And you keep on continue doing that, I think the legacy will follow.
Yeah, correct.
Making the clients happy and be yourself happy.
Right.
And simple. I don't have.
You know, like, because I'm a psychologist, so like they say, if you make others happy, you make yourself happy. So I guess it's a two-way process for you, right?
That is.
Venuji, it's always such a pleasure to talk to you. So much. Every time I meet you, there's something new in your your kitty, in your bag. You're doing something or the other. And I wish you all the success with IIID. And your architectural journey is obviously doing wonderfully well. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by Treasure by Palkasa, Rajasthan's first ever biggest imported furniture showroom in Udaipur. One-stop solution for your home furniture. And co-sponsored by DTI Home Automation and Apollos Lighting. Unleash the power of mesmerizing architectural lights by Apollos.
Designing legends, where visionaries gather.